Welcome to our video on the top 10 extreme weather events that have shaped history and challenged humanity. From devastating hurricanes to catastrophic droughts, we'll explore the most significant weather phenomena that have left lasting impacts on the environment and society. Join us as we delve into these extraordinary events, uncovering their causes, effects, and the lessons we've learned from them. Let's jump right in and start our journey through some of the most intense weather occurrences on record. The Great Galveston Hurricane, 1900. The Great Galveston Hurricane of 1900 remains etched in history as the deadliest hurricane to have struck the United States. This catastrophic event unfolded in Galveston, Texas, leaving a trail of destruction and claiming over 8,000 lives. The hurricane was categorized as a Category 4 storm, with terrifying wind speeds reaching up to 145 miles per hour. The storm surge was equally devastating, submerging much of the city underwater and destroying homes and infrastructure. In the aftermath, Galveston was left to grapple with unimaginable loss and devastation. Despite the tragedy, the event spurred improvements in meteorological predictions and hurricane preparedness. Mount Tambbora eruption and the year without a summer, 1815 to 1816. In 1815, Mount Tambbora in Indonesia erupted violently, leading to what became known as the year without a summer. This eruption was one of the most powerful in recorded history, spewing ash and gases into the atmosphere and causing a global climate anomaly. The impact was felt worldwide, with temperatures dropping significantly, leading to widespread crop failures. Many regions experienced unseasonable cold, resulting in food shortages and famine. Agriculture was severely disrupted, causing economic hardship and social unrest. The eruption underscored the interconnectedness of global climates and the potential for volcanic activity to influence weather patterns across the globe. 3. The Dust Bowl, 1930s. The Dust Bowl of the 1930s was a period of severe drought and dust storms that ravaged the U.S. Great Plains. This environmental disaster was exacerbated by poor agricultural practices that left the soil vulnerable to erosion. Massive dust storms, known as black blizzards, swept across the region, darkening skies and choking crops. The economic impact was profound, as agriculture was the lifeblood of the region, leading to mass migration and widespread poverty. Families were forced to abandon their homes in search of better opportunities. The Dust Bowl highlighted the need for sustainable farming practices and led to significant changes in agricultural policy. Super Typhoon Haiyan, 2013. In 2013, Super Typhoon Haiyan, known locally as Yolanda, struck the Philippines with unparalleled ferocity. This storm was one of the strongest tropical cyclones ever recorded at landfall, with wind speeds reaching an astonishing 195 miles per hour. The city of Tacloban bore the brunt of the storm, with widespread destruction and over 6,000 lives lost. The typhoon's impact was catastrophic, flattening communities and displacing thousands. The international community responded with aid, but recovery was a long and arduous process. Haiyan serves as a stark reminder of the power of nature and the vulnerability of coastal communities to extreme weather events. European Heatwave, 2003. The European heatwave of 2003 was a relentless period of extreme heat that gripped the continent, resulting in over 70,000 deaths. temperatures soared above 40 degrees, 104 degrees in many regions, causing heat-related illnesses and overwhelming healthcare systems. The elderly and vulnerable populations were particularly affected, with many succumbing to heat stroke and dehydration. The heat wave also sparked wildfires, exacerbating the crisis and further straining resources. This event highlighted the urgent need for effective heat wave preparedness and adaptation strategies, as well as the broader implications of climate change on weather patterns. The TriState Tornado, 1925. The TriState Tornado of 1925 is remembered as the deadliest single tornado in U.S. history. Originating in Missouri and carving a path of destruction through Illinois and Indiana, it claimed 695 lives. The tornado traveled over 219 miles, with wind speeds exceeding 300 miles per hour, obliterating everything in its path. Whole towns were leveled, and the landscape was left scarred and desolate. The sheer scale and intensity of the tornado shocked the nation and prompted advancements in tornado forecasting and safety measures. This event remains a somber reminder of the power and unpredictability of tornadoes. Cyclone Polar, 1970. In 1970, Cyclone Polar struck East Pakistan, now Bangladesh, with devastating consequences. It is recorded as the deadliest tropical cyclone in history, with an estimated 300,000 to 500,000 lives lost. The storm, a Category 3, unleashed catastrophic flooding, washing away entire villages and leaving millions homeless. The humanitarian crisis that followed was immense, with survivors struggling to find shelter, food, and clean water. The tragedy highlighted the vulnerability of coastal regions to cyclones and underscored the importance of effective disaster response and preparedness measures to mitigate the impacts of such events. Siberian Cold Wave, 1892 to 1893. The Siberian Cold Wave of 1892 to 1893 was a brutal period of extreme cold that gripped Russia, plunging temperatures to record lows. In Oymyakon, temperatures dropped to an unimaginable 67.8 degrees, 990 degrees Fahrenheit, creating harsh and inhospitable conditions. The freezing temperatures led to widespread famine, as crops failed and livestock perished. Communities were left struggling to survive in the face of relentless cold. The cold wave underscored the challenges posed by extreme weather conditions and the resilience required to endure such harsh climates. It remains a testament to the power of nature and the ability of communities to adapt and survive. Hurricane Katrina, 2005. Hurricane Katrina, which struck the Gulf Coast of the USA in 2005, remains one of the most devastating natural disasters in American history. With over 1,800 fatalities and $125 billion in damages, the impact was catastrophic. The storm caused catastrophic flooding in New Orleans due to levee failures, submerging much of the city and displacing thousands of residents. The response to the disaster was widely criticized, highlighting shortcomings in emergency preparedness and response. Katrina serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of robust infrastructure and effective disaster management in mitigating the impact of extreme weather events. And the Pakistan floods, 2022. In 2022, Pakistan faced one of its most severe flooding events, which resulted in over 1,700 deaths and displaced millions. The floods were triggered by heavy monsoon rains and glacial melt, causing widespread devastation across the country. Communities were inundated, Infrastructure was destroyed, and the agricultural sector was severely impacted. The humanitarian crisis that ensued required significant international aid and support. The Pakistan floods underscored the growing challenges posed by climate change and the need for comprehensive flood management and adaptation strategies to protect vulnerable populations from future events.